Second show of Women's History Month, we have, the title says, Women in Business, Women Entrepreneurs, Women Talk About Their Businesses and the Journey to Starting and Maintaining Their Businesses. We originally had 5 business owners scheduled for tonight. One had something happened in the family, can't be here. And I only see 3, so I don't know where the other one is.
There's 4.
There's 4? Oh,
God.
Well, because they're not on camera. You know how you are, Mrs. Stella.
Well, I mean, hey, this is not class. This is your show.
If they were in the studio, we get to see them. So joining us, we have, and so I have to, I want to, I only met one of them so far. So I'm going to mess up your name. So forgive me and tell me how to say it correctly. We have Bolaji Idako, is that right? Bolaji, you're close?
Close. Bolaji Idakoji.
Oh, Idakoji.
Yes.
Idakoji, that's right, it's there.
Yeah.
Picnic by the Bay. We have Doctor. See, she never uses the doctor. I use the doctor. See, she earned this thing. She don't use it. She just, I'm just Tanya. No. Dr. Tanya Moore.
You know what? Dr. Tanya Moore gets to choose. And if she knows when she's ready to be doctor, and she knows when she's ready to be Tanya. You know what I'm saying?
When you find out the degree she got, you can be like, yeah, you should use that. All right. Ranisha Scott. Where's Ranisha? Ranisha disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Ranisha,
oh, there she is. She's coming back in.
Tasty Eats Catering and Kelli, Orona, and Nicole. All right, say that last name for me.
Goltiao.
Goltiao. See, I was blown that. Goltiao. The Bookworm of Vallejo, obviously in Vallejo, California. And Ranisha, is that you?
Yeah, she's getting set up. Okay. Connecting to audio and getting things set up.
Okay. Well, thank the 4 of you for joining us. As I mentioned, we had a 5th who cannot be here tonight. And it's Women's History Month. So, you know, we really want to talk about and celebrate women in business. In fact, every time I look on LinkedIn, every commercial on BET, every commercial on our own network, everywhere, everybody's saying women of color especially need to get into business. Has been a big push, and you're doing it. You're doing it. And I don't know how long each of your stories are different. So we got a little more time now because we have, 4 rather than 5. Let's start with, I guess one would call a traditional business. The Bookworm of Vallejo, Kelli and Nicole. How long have you had the bookstore?
Going on 28 years.
Wow.
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 Ooh, you got something you teach people. You in business for 28 years? 28
years, yeah. Going on 28 years.
You got staying power. Lord, how you do that? Okay, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Okay. We'll come back to you. Ranisha of Tasty Eats, how long have you been in business?
4 years this January.
4 years.
So
see, I like the variety. Congrats.
Thank you.
Please.
So if I can say, I missed it. I know I see the Bookworm because that's written, and I see Ranisha, but I did not hear your business. So Ranisha, what is your business? And you've been there for 4 years? I just didn't see it.
It's a catering business.
The catering business. Okay.
Yes.
And Dr. Marsha, you said that. I missed it. I'm sorry.
And Dr. Marsha has a relationship with food, so big time. Okay.
Yes. We'll have to send you a plate.
Bolaji, how long have you been in business? And yes, Bolaji, go right ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here with you all. So thank you for having me. That's the first thing I need to say. But we've been in business less than a year. It's going on a year in May.
All right.
And your business is?
Picnics in the Bay. So
I saw a picture of one of yours. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And okay, Tanya Moore, Intersecting Lines. How long have you been in business?
I've been in business for 1 year now, and I'd also like to just say good evening, and it's such a pleasure to see both you, Dr. Marshall, and you, Lady Estelle.
Good to see you too. And what is your business, Tanya?
My business is called Intersecting Lines, and it's a place for people who love math, but also a place for people who need math to do what they love.
Oh, wow.
Tanya, just for me, tell everybody what that degree is in. I just think it's so, come on.
My doctorate is in biostatistics, and it's a big reason why I'm so passionate about mathematics, and in particular girls and women in mathematics. So that's a big part of why I started the company.
Okay, wonderful.
See, biostatistics. If I had a degree in biostatistics, everybody would know.
Well, first of all, do we even know what it is? Wait a minute, hold on. And at my age, ask me if I want to. But yeah, that sounds great. I'm going on a picnic. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll send the girls, get me some food, and have a book.
Right.
I'm all set already. Okay.
That's right.
So let's start with the Bookworm, and we actually have websites. We're going to show you websites too, you know, and only because let's start there because Kelli and Nicole, you have been at this for 28 years, and I'm gonna. How did the business start? How did you know? Look, there it is. Look, it's the Bookworm of Vallejo. Look at that. Yeah, same family. And I missed the caption. I know they got a caption. Go back. Let me get the caption. Same family, same love for everything educational since 1993. Good looking store. Wow. Thank you. More.
I love this store. I am so excited to have these two lovely women here tonight. So yes, please share your story and we'll kind of go through your website.
Okay.
And because, you know, we'll once you say a little, then we'll go to somebody else, we'll come back. I mean, we want to see because it can take a while. But I guess the big thing to me, when I heard you've been in the business 28 years, how do you survive with Amazon? I mean, bookstores, you know, I mean, go ahead. Okay, let me be quiet.
Well, first of all, part of our motto is we're more than just a bookstore. And because of all that we're competing against, we really had to diversify. One of the things that we're most proud of is that we reflect our community. So we bring in books. Vallejo was noted a couple of years ago as being one of the most diverse cities in the Bay Area. Mm-hmm. And with that said, it's our job to make sure that when the kids come in, they see themselves in the books as well. Mm. And so we have a huge grouping of everybody here. So that's a big job. So we like to carry not only diverse books, but also books of different languages, so they can read in their own language. Mm. So we have a few examples are like Tagalog, Spanish, we have French. So we have a diverse amount of languages for, you know, our community.
Let me just say, I miss walking through a bookstore. I really do. Mm-hmm. There used to be one in Jack London Square. I can't even remember that. I don't know if it was Crown Books, whatever, but it was a huge bookstore. And I would just go through there. And the other one, of course, I go to the Marcus bookstore a lot. This is the Marcus, Black bookstore. And it's just a different feeling walking through a bookstore, you know, while looking at the book. It really sounds like being in a library, except you got to buy the books, can't check them out. But the point is, and I was, when I heard about this, I know so many bookstores have, you know, I guess gone under in this age. Just, you work so hard. How, I guess let me cut to that question and then go back to the other. How have you been able, especially in a pandemic, how have you been able to, you know, hang in there?
Because we're more than just a bookstore, we have like science, games, educational supplies. There's a huge fidget craze going on. We have all the fidgets in store. I mean, we just have such a plethora of things throughout the whole store that when most people come into the store for the first time, the first word that usually comes out of their mouth is, wow, I didn't know we had this in Vallejo. You know, because it's overwhelming. I mean, I had a couple of mature women, as my mom always reminded me to say, come in and say, oh my God, sensory overload. Because we like to just show the kids how much fun it is in education. So because we are primarily an educational store, that's what helps keep us in business with what's going on with COVID in the school system. We've had a lot of parents now discover the store, which used to mainly be just for teachers. Although 15 years ago, I turned it over to not only teachers, but to include the parents, grandparents, as well as the elderly who survive strokes. So we carry all that in the store. So we have a lot of sensory things in there, but it's just mainly a group of many things to bring everyone in.
Who 28 years ago, who came up with the idea? How did you? We'll do the challenges later, but right now, how did it come about? I'm always wondering how somebody said, "Let's do it."
Well, you know, it was really something that I wanted to be able to bring. Well, first of all, I had to say I really had to do a lot of praying before I even got started.
I like that.
You know, I had a lot of friends that said that they wanted to start a business, and the first thing I told them is, okay, just name any 16 hours of the day you want to donate to it and then open it. Because it isn't as glamorous as it seems. Anyone in business knows that one, business is no friend to anybody, and that it takes a lot of work. But the work isn't so much there as when you have passion behind it. Yeah. And our goal is to educate the youth. Our youth is our most precious commodity. And if we don't take care of them now, we're not going to have a good future.
Wow.
They are our future.
I love hearing that. Wow. Anne's just nodding and grinning. And
Oh, I was.
Is that what happens sometimes?
Yeah.
The money she makes, the paycheck she gets from us, she goes straight to the bookstore?
They're really the best. They have so much. It's like if you are having trouble with math, they have all these books for that and Common Core. And then, and it's all the different levels. And it's like, it's great. And then they have all these cool modern books. So there's like She-Ra and Star Wars, and then toys for Evelyn, and she's 3. And then, but teenager stuff too. And then like my friends go to the store and they're in San Bruno, but this store is in Vallejo. So it's like, wait, what? So, to me, it's really just a staple within like the Bay Area in itself. I haven't been able to find something like this. And then they have all the teacher stuff, right? For like the classrooms, and then I started thinking of Mrs. Stell. I was like, I got to tell her about this because they have all this stuff that's like culturally relevant, and so I just thought that was really important. And I just really support you, and I'm so excited for you to share your story, with the rest of the world.
Thank you for inviting us. We really appreciate that.
And everything's online as well, like they, we're doing that kind of stuff now. So it's great. I think it's, here, we'll take a peek at their Instagram too. So Dr. Marshall, it's great. Your grandkids would love this store too. Mrs. Stella, I was just,
I'm just a big kid anyway. I love it. That's why I'm so kids. I'm a kid.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back. Get a little, because there's a lot more to go through. About 28 years, you got a lot of lessons. So we really want to hear them all. Ranisha, you have a catering business called
Tasty Eats Catering.
I know, because you see my mouth. I looked at the website and see, me and my son are foodies. My son, I think, is more of a foodie. He's a mess. Okay. And so tell us all about Tasty Eats Catering, and flash the website. And I'm already hungry. So, I'm probably going to salivate when I see it. Mrs. Stell, take a look.
Look at, this is.
Look, Mrs. Stell, you see that? Pineapple pound cake.
Pineapple pound cake.
I'm a wing freak. I love wings, any kind of wings. Sometimes you gotta look. Okay, yeah.
We'll have to get you some, Dr. Marshall. We'll have to get you some.
Yeah, well, look, girl, you just.
And look,
I went to New Orleans one time just to eat. So coming where you are is not a problem.
this is my family right here posting you, so I know.
Oh,
you're
man.
good.
Oh my gosh, really?
I was like, Erica,
Hit the girl
have
up.
her on
baby.
tonight. I was like, you got this. I got it. Look, I was like,
Yes. That's one of my favorite customers. I went to high school with her. We graduated together.
oh, good.
Yes. Shout out to Erica Lazo.
That's right.
Wow, that's like a mermaid cloud on the tune.
It's just yummy. Yes, everything looks delicious. Look, I
Thank
mean,
you so much.
look, I mean, that's art.
That's what I want, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, tell us all about tell us. Go ahead.
Okay. So I've been cooking my whole life. Both sides of my family, everyone loves cooking. My dad's side of the family, actually owned a bakery years ago called the Jacob's Bakery in Oakland. So I just grown up, both sides of the family love cooking. Been cooking my whole life. Was working at UC Berkeley. I got a notification in 2016, 2017 that I was going to be laid off. I had tons of family and friends that was constantly encouraging me to, start selling food and start a catering business. So once I got that notification, red flag, like, go ahead, look into it. I started doing research on containers, asking like my colleagues at the time, family, if you order food to go, what type of, what kind of containers do you like your food in? How do you like it prepared? Or, what type of bags do you, have you used and you didn't like? Just all kind of stuff. I just kind of conducted my own survey. So in 2017, January was Martin Luther King birthday weekend. That Tuesday, I started selling food. I started texting pretty much everybody on my phone, even if they lived out of state, because I did live in DC at some time. Posted it on Facebook, and it just kind of went from there. So eventually I started a Facebook business page, and then Facebook Instagram page for my business, and constantly posting, sometimes I record like the food that as I'm making it, so people can see how it's being prepared. And 4 years later, this past January, January 2021, made 4 years, and made lots of mistakes, but also learned a lot. Still learning. It's been great.
Yeah, I mean, for all of you, I'm going to get you started. People don't understand. One of the famous calls we had on Street Story, I remember this. We were in Los Angeles at the time. We were doing the show. It was simulcasting from KMEL, and they had the Beat in Los Angeles, and they were sister station. And I'm down, and this brother calls the show, and he had a conversation. I said, "Well, man, what do you do?" He said, "I want to be an entrepreneur." I said, "Really? You want to be an entrepreneur?" He said, "Yeah, man, because I don't want to work." I said,
"Oh,
wait, what is that?" That's what he said. How old are you, man? I'm 23, man. I'm 23. I'm an entrepreneur, man. I said, "Man, wait. Do you know what entrepreneur really means?" He said, "Yeah, man, because no, he says this to me. I'm telling you." He said, "I want to start at the top." I said, "Brother, wait a minute. Wait. You don't really know. You can't start at the top, right? You have to work." And then I started talking about, how many hours an entrepreneur works? No, what he wanted was some money. He didn't want to be an entrepreneur. And it was very clear. And, he was a former drug dealer. He decided he's going to do this. Entrepreneur. So I'm always admire people that says, "I'm going to do this. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to launch this thing." And was there a moment for you that you just said, I heard the praying, but like, bingo, I'm going to do it?
I did. I mean, I probably hear it more often than anyone. It's not just a one-time thing. Like, you want to give up a lot. It's hard. It's not like going to go work for someone else. It's not like I'm a check in at 9 o'clock and I'm out of here at 5. When I'm cooking, I'm prepping the entire day before. I'm cooking that entire day. So if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you don't want to work. Go and work for someone else, because it's a lot easier. You can eat and take breaks. I don't always get to do that. I would love to take a lunch break. I cook and I don't even get to eat sometimes. I have to wait until every customer is been served, and I might eat at 9 o'clock that night.
Wow.
But it's a sacrifice.
But you're doing what you love to do.
I am. I love cooking. I would do it for free. I've done it for free.
Okay. As an entrepreneur.
Yes, indeed. You haven't loved it enough to do it for free.
Then wing. That's the wing. Stop on the wing. The wing. I'm a wing guy. Girl.
Yes.
Please. Them noodles?
That's the fried chicken right there. So I have fried chicken.
Noodles?
I have lemon pepper chicken. That was the garlic noodles that you saw.
Man, you're going too fast.
I do lumpia.
Oh, sorry. I saw lumpia.
I have lumpia. You see the crab cakes there, garlic noodles. I have spicy wings, lemon pepper wings.
Hold on. You got garlic noodles? Oh,
garlic noodles. And that's coming this week, actually.
Yeah,
it'll be on this week's menu.
Crab in the crab cake, so I'm impressed.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll make sure we get all this info out to everybody as we move through the evening. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Ranisha,
No, thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Bolaji. And Bolaji, I feel like we know each other because you have actually, a couple of my family members have used your business.
Yes.
And I was like, I mean, and let me tell you, before people see this, when I first saw this, I was like, you did all, man. I was like, I'm talking about, the family member. I can say who it is, both of them. You did all this. Man, this is impressive. How you do this? How you did it? I mean, somebody does this for you. So Picnics by the Bay.
In the Bay. Picnics
awesome.
in the Bay.
Awesome.
Picnics
and,
in the Bay.
She also wants the Instagram, man, but Bolaji, how did you, let's pull your website. Oh, look at that picture. You just all fly. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so it's Picnics in the Bay.
In the Bay, my bad.
Yes, it's okay. So you're right.
And don't go so fast. Stop, back up, slow down. Because it's so beautiful. All right, go ahead, Bolaji, start talking about your business.
Okay, so this is actually a family-owned business. So my siblings and I started in Chicago, roughly around, yes. So it's Picnics in the Chi. Shout out to my siblings in Chicago. They're doing an amazing job out there. And so my sister launched it with my brothers in Chicago first, just to test the market. We've always been into picnics as a family, going to listen to jazz music together when I used to live in Chicago. So my sister came up with this idea, like during COVID, this is something that people really need. People need to connect with each other, connect with their family, connect with their friends, and just alleviate stress. So we decided to make it more luxurious. So make it more stylish. You don't have to bring anything. We'll set everything up for you. We'll break everything down. We'll clean up. All you have to do is just show up. And the great thing about it is that we do this for all events. So it could be for your birthday. We've done proposals. We've done baby showers, bridal showers, you name it. We'll come to you. We'll come to your home. We'll come to your backyard. Obviously, we have a lot of setups at the park as well. But yeah, this is Picnics in the Bay.
Right here. Pause. So we can see it, and then scroll, and then pause so we can see. Yeah.
And we have so many different themes. If you check out our Instagram, so many different colors and themes. We can go from boho to chic, whatever you name it. We'll create it and bring it to you.
So I don't know if we can see it. Well, I got picked. The one I saw was actually a proposal thing.
Yes, can we please show that one?
I don't know.
Your daughter's proposal, right?
That was like me.
It was.
I said,
it was.
You spent all this money. He said, "No, Dad." I mean, that thing was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I know. I got the pictures, man. We ain't got the pictures of that one, huh?
No, we do. It's on Instagram. If you scroll down, you'll see the red roses.
It was red theme. The boy had hearts.
Keep scrolling, and then you'll run right into them. Keep going a little bit. Keep going. It's coming up. Keep going. Bam! There they are. To the right.
Yeah,
yep. Right there.
Baby.
Beautiful couple.
There's my baby. And I said, man, look, you can't be spending all the money on it because, man, you got to pay for the wedding in the house. But then he told me, isn't that beautiful? I mean, this is just gorgeous. And it was in Sonoma.
It was in Sonoma. He did a great job. I must say, he did an awesome job.
Wow.
That
So,
is
yeah, I just want to
beautiful.
people.
It is just beautiful.
It
Oh,
is
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
they were
you do one,
a very gracious couple.
and yeah, oh, this is your go. You do one. I saw one that, oh, look at that. Look at that. Miss Stell, I could never think of something like this. I ain't even that romantic. But it's good. This is
Well, that's good. That's okay if you're not romantic. You can just call on me and I got you.
so
I'll take care of it for you.
I saw one where you do movies, like you do a movie night,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so
Like-
we do a movie night package. Well, we'll bring the screen, the projector screen. We'll set everything up cinema style. We'll have the popcorns, the snacks, cushion, everything you need to get comfy. It can be indoor, it can be in your backyard, and yeah, we'll set it up for you.
So you don't do the food too,
Shut
right?
up.
You do the
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
look at
So
look at the movie. Look, the movies.
yeah. So yes, we do bring food. It's more like picnic style food. So we have fruit and cheese, assorted fruit and cheese, and assorted bread platters with different spreads. And then obviously we'll bring your drinks as well. We don't do alcohol, so it's just natural spring water and sparkling water. Over there, they had hot cocoa to set the mood right.
So can I do a combo? Can I do this and Ranisha's eats? Can I do both?
You can do whatever you want. I will bring it to you.
You know,
Absolutely.
do that, and then Renisha's food.
Yes,
that.
yes,
Oh my
let's
God.
do it.
Yeah, I love that
Women
idea.
And then have
empowerment.
a good
I'm
book to
down to work with
read
Ranisha.
from the books.
Yes, me too.
This is amazing, amazing. And it's your family business. How long is I mean,
It's going on a year. Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank
how
you
long
so
is-
much.
How long
Yeah,
is Chicago?
so in Chicago, it should be a year in, I believe in May as well. May.
Okay.
Or a little bit before. Yeah, so it's going on a year. And I have to say shout out to my siblings. They are amazing. We're a tight circle. I'm the oldest, and I have a sister named Olayinka and my two brothers, Olatunji and Olashupa. And we've been tight growing up ever since. So it just feels really good to actually bring this to other families. The feeling that we get when we see people walk up to their setup is amazing. And like you were saying, Ranisha, how you'll do this for free. We feel the same way. It's just the power of
Absolutely.
giving is more, you get more out of
Yes.
it, right?
Yes, you
So,
have to
yeah,
be
shout out to
grateful.
my siblings. I miss them. So yeah, so it's a family-owned
Yes,
business. Correct.
Is your family? Were you from the United States, or were you born here?
Yeah, I was born in Chicago. My parents
Okay.
immigrated from Nigeria.
Here. Okay.
Yep. So the Chicago location is owned by my siblings, and then my husband and I are doing the one in the Bay Area.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an original idea. So hang on.
Yeah.
I'm putting two and two together. That's why I need the
Okay.
math to help me, because she's next.
Right. We got everybody here to figure it out.
and Tanya Moore, you know, it's funny because Tanya, you and I were talking about something else the other day. We were texting back and forth. And then you said, you know, you had a job before, and you can talk about your history moving up to this. We've known each other a long time. And you said, Dr. Mars, this is my new company. And I said, we're doing a show on women in business. She said, I've just been in a year. That don't matter to me. So tell everybody about your new business, and your history is really nice, because I have known you in other aspects of life, other areas of life. So tell everybody about Intersecting Lines.
Well, I just have to say that I'm going to steal my daughter's advice that she gave me right before coming on the show. She said, be yourself.
Yes.
And really, I feel that one of the reasons why I wanted to start my own company was that I wanted to be myself, all parts of myself. So we talked earlier, I have this history in mathematics and statistics, and that's just such a big part of who I am. And I've been able to see how that's been able to enrich my life in so many ways, professionally and personally. But then there's this other part of me, in part because of a teacher I had in high school, Mr. Richard Navies. I went to Berkeley High School, which had the first African-American Studies department in the high school in the country. In 1968, they founded that. And he always stressed upon us that no matter what we did, our role was to come back and be of service to our community. And I took that pretty literally. And so throughout my professional career, I worked in public health, I worked in education, I worked in workforce development. And no matter what role I was in, I was always trying to find a way to bring mathematics into it and to bring my commitment to really trying to create impact in our communities. And so the company, what we do is that we really support leaders and organizations who want to make a change in the community and really help them to map that out and also to define what success looks like for them. And also use the tools of data and evaluation and statistics to help them tell their story of impact. So for me, it's just been such an amazing opportunity to blend these two parts of myself that I love. And the other piece is we create products, right now, a line of journals that we sell in order to raise money to support programs that are really focused on girls and women in math. And so there's just that opportunity to create a vehicle to really contribute to a field that I feel like has given me so much. So that's how it came about.
And can we show a little bit of the website? I know 1 year old. Wow. Okay. You want to take us through a little bit of this?
Sure.
Tanya?
Sure. So what you'll see on the website are both products. So this is our first journal that came out, which is the Integral Journal. And there will be a series coming out. And then as you go down, you'll start to see a little bit about the services that we offer. I think one of the things that has happened because of technology, it has really translated a lot of jobs into jobs that both were what they were years ago, like marketing or HR or business. And now there's this other component of data statistics and really being able to utilize that information in order to make decisions, that will really drive your business, in a positive direction. And so we both have these two sides of the house, both the products and the services that we offer.
I know that I guess what I want to ask, I've known you in different, in Berkeley, I knew you when you were doing and that was community driven. That stuff was, for the community, and that's how we met in the first place. And then you moved over to doing your work at Goodwill and all things, I guess, and before. How have those things, those other careers in your mind prepared you to launch this?
Yes, so I have been able to really be in really different roles within an organization that is really focused on community, impact. And so everything from doing direct outreach to designing and managing programs to being an executive. And I've been able to take all of that experience in addition to my background in statistics and really support organizations who really want to make sure that they are reaching the goals that they intend and that the work that they're doing is really leading to the desired results. And so for me, I've been able to, whether it was the work in public health or in education or in workforce development, really bring sort of a richness of perspectives. And so I'm at a place where I feel both the confidence to be able to offer, skills and experience, but I've also gotten the maturity to have a lot of humility because I am constantly learning and I'm constantly being inspired by some of the work that my clients are doing. I have to say that over this past year, which has been a tough one for all of us, for me, I felt like, yes, I'm providing a service, but I got so much out of being able to support leaders from around the country who are actively working on making things better in our schools or in healthcare. And for me, I just felt like I got so much out of being able to support these organizations and leaders doing the great work that they're doing.
I'm curious with all of you, when you started your business, you close to it, but think about it, 28 years down to a year, none of us had COVID in mind, right? Just for each of you, what has this past year, what's been the impact on you and, you know, just the business, your mindset and everything else? I mean, a lot of folks don't get this, but running a nonprofit is a business. So I know, you know, we have had to endure certain things with Alive and Free because, you know, it is a business. I always say we're in the business of saving lives. So we got to make the business work. But for each of you, has there been, what have the challenges been for you during the year of COVID? And everybody can answer at once. Go ahead. And you know you can't have dead time on a live show. So go.
If I may, I would have to say the pandemic really, well, one just make us really think quick on our feet, because we had to pivot our business rather quickly because of the shutdown, and we also had this, oh, what's going to happen? What's next?
What's next? Is it?
Yeah.
And we were going, as everyone was kind of getting ready for the shutdown, people were coming in buying supplies to kind of keep themselves busy at home. And so they were buying coloring books, they were buying puzzles, they were buying workbooks. But when the shutdown did happen, we found ourselves having to, at rapid speed, put our website together for the online shop, because we were kind of working on it, taking our time, you know, trying to do it. But then when that happened, it was like, oh my goodness. So we were working hard. We even pulled in some of our other family members to help us out, just adding product online and just try to meet that need. And as we were transitioning our store to be online, we were, with the shelter in place, no one could be in the store. So the shop, we made virtual ordering. So people would FaceTime, or through any kind of social media, we would FaceTime and say, show them around the shop. They would shop that way, or window shop. They would actually come to the window of our store, and then we would be shouting or on phones and actual phone orders. And at the end of the day, we had special hours. At the end of the day, then we would deliver. So we were our little delivery team. And we were just doing what we could do in that time when everything was still a learning curve for us. There was so much that we were trying to understand at that time. And not to mention, we do some outreach programs for the shop. We do free events. So like on Saturdays, we do story time. We do craft lessons, so the kids can come in with their families, make crafts. And so even
Story time.
And yes, story time. And we were really thinking, oh no, we're gonna miss the kids, because the families and the kids really look forward to doing that on Saturdays. That was something that was part of their Saturday.
And it was important for us to keep, with all that was going on, a consistency for the kids. They were used to coming to the bookstore. They were used to listening to the story times. So we had to turn that around and put it virtual. So Nikki started doing all the crafternoons online. In the beginning, as part of our outreaches, we started giving away free packets of construction paper. So if the kids didn't have any at home, because of the pandemic and everyone shutting down, they can come by. They didn't have to buy anything. They just could come to the door and pick it up, and we would hand it to them.
Or put it in the box. We had a box that we put in items and say, here, shut the door.
We didn't hand it to them.
But we were trying to give encouragement in a time that was very unknown, and especially for children too, who one day were at school and then the next day homebound, you know, and what do I do? So that was definitely some of the ways we were pivoting the business.
Wow. Necessity is the mother of invention. Ranisha, what about you? Anything? I guess folks got to eat no matter what, but I mean.
Indeed, they do. I think for like the first month or so when COVID first hit, I kind of took that time to try to figure out, like the other lady said, to try to figure out like, how am I going to continue my business? Because at first it wasn't a mass thing, you know, people were still going to the grocery stores and everything like that. I was a little nervous about that because I want to be safe for myself in order to be able to cook for other people.
Right.
So I just kind of took like the first couple of months to figure out and kind of re-strategize, like, how am I going to continue to safely cater and deliver or have people pick up from me. You know, of course, I can continue marketing on Facebook and Instagram. I can continue to post different food and menu items, but how can I do this safely? So I immediately just kind of order like gloves by the case. I was doing that before, but I tried to like order it more because it was getting really, 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 really hard. You know, a lot of people are ordering toilet paper and all those types of things, but I'm like, I need to get gloves. I need to get, you know, face mask or whatever. And, you know, but because a lot of single moms or just families, they're at home, they're working from home, their kids are at home, their kids are learning from home. So I just kind of figured out a way to continue my business in that way, because I'm like, okay, I can still deliver to you. You're still going to eat because you don't have time to take the food out. You don't have time to cook. You don't have time to work from home. You don't have time to teach your kids as well. So to me, it made my business pick up more. I know a lot of other businesses talk about like how they struggle, but for myself, it kind of picked up because, you know, Richmond it's not like Oakland. It's not like San Francisco. You know, it was easier for me to kind of re-strategize and kind of figure out like, okay, I could keep catering. I can do more plates instead of more bigger sizes. You know, I can do more meal preps or, you know, things like that.
Wow. Bolaji?
Yeah, it's a little different for me because our business was actually born during COVID, right? So for us, it was basically giving our clients a momentary escape from the day-to-day lives that they were facing with COVID. And that's, it actually helped our business in a way, but the best thing about it is that it helped others escape from like dealing with, you know, stress from COVID, working from home. I'm a mother of two, and it's not easy being at home with the kids, and you know, schools weren't open at that time. So things of that nature where we were helping to alleviate the stress that a lot of people were getting from COVID-19. So it actually, you know, and it helped open up other ideas for us as well. So, you know, you were speaking about the movie night package, proposal package, you know, baby showers, things of that nature, coming to your home. You know, some people didn't feel safe, you know, going outside. So we were like, okay, we'll set up in your backyard. We'll set up a movie night in your home where you don't actually have to even be there. We'll put on our masks, our gloves. We'll create this magical moment for you, and then we'll leave. So it actually helped in a way. But the best thing about it is it helped others. It helped families connect with each other, help friends connect with each other and have an intimate moment during COVID.
Tanya, are you doing it's full time now, or is this, yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I'm doing this full time now. And actually, one of the things that I feel really came out of this past year with a lot of the protest and the heightened awareness around our history around racism and the desire for more equity, what that did was that a lot of the clients that I work with, whether they were nonprofits or foundations, really wanted to be much more intentional about their work. They wanted to make sure that they were, one, having alignment between what they would talk about and also what they would do. And they wanted to be able to demonstrate that was a through line in their organization. The other thing, you were talking earlier on the show about the vaccines and the hesitancy around that. And certainly we know the history of research has some mixed results in our country. Right. So there's also greater interest in making sure that evaluation and research is done equitably and that it's also done thoughtfully so that those that are, sharing their data or being a part of a research study or being evaluated also benefit from the results and have full understanding of what's going on and that they can participate in that process. And so ironically, during this time of shutdown, it actually provided a really wonderful opportunity for Intersecting Lines to really introduce itself, because it just seemed to be really meeting the moment in terms of offering something that people were really wanting tools around and wanting support around, really thinking through. And then I'll just say too, yes, entrepreneurs, I think we all collectively work around the clock, or we work a lot, but I also just feel so grateful that I made this switch right before we went into quarantine, because I have 2 young children, and it's given me flexibility in terms of how and when I work. And so I just, ironically, the timing worked out in a really positive way. And so I feel so grateful for that.
Wow. Lady Sel getting ready to say something. I can see she leaned into the camera. Go right ahead.
Give me a minute to take my mute off. Well, clearly the businesses that you've developed will long outlive COVID. And I am sitting here pondering, what can I call Bolaji for? I'm already, who we gonna get together and go on and have some fun? Oh my goodness. How can I get the chicken and the cheesecake? And for the book, my grandchildren, they're in Fort Worth, Texas, and they love crafts. So if I go on your website, am I gonna find, I was looking and I saw building aircrafts. Did I see that on your website?
Yes.
Okay, building aircrafts. They love it. So if I go on the website and order, can you just ship it straight to them?
Yes, we can.
Girl, honey, don't tell me that. And we got to see by getting my grandkids some crafts to see, they call me Gigi, and Gigi hasn't been there because of COVID. But every time I come, we sit down and we have some things to do. And so they've missed the stories and the games and the crafts. So I am going to get your website and find out what you've got, and we will have them shipped to my grandkids. And Ranisha, now you're in Richmond.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Am I gonna have to come to Richmond to get the chicken and the cheesecake?
No, ma'am, I could deliver it to you. Where do you live?
I'm in San Francisco. That's too far. I don't mind driving.
And we can meet halfway.
That's a true entrepreneur.
I don't mind.
I have customers in San Francisco.
I don't mind a road trip.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the way that, but I can't eat it all. We're gonna have to find a way to split that. But maybe you can make me some mini ones.
I can.
No, I know. I eat the other half. You ain't gotta worry.
No.
You can share it. I can make a smaller portion, whatever you like.
I will see. You've got your website. Listen. All right. And Tanya, for the girls and the work that you do, I don't know, but Dr. Marshall and I would have to get together, because with our young people at Alive and Free, just to minimize the madness around math and dispel the myth and the mysteries with that. We have Mr. Mitra, who does a magnificent job. But then again, but that's with her financial math, but the other part. So just know that what you guys are doing will long outlive COVID. And if you know us, you will be hearing from us. Bookstore, chicken cheesecake, and Bolaji. Girl, I'm ready to have a party.
I'm ready to have you. Let's do it.
Yes.
Woo! Looking forward to this.
Oh, she ain't playing.
We can all party and eat together.
Exactly.
This is Women's History Month. This is about women in business and women entrepreneurs. Are there what do you see being in business as women for yourselves? Unseen barriers, glass ceilings, any of that. Just comment on that. And, from 1 year to 28 years, just what have you seen, or have you had to continually battle against Can you talk a little bit about that? You can't talk about it, right? And maybe there's nothing to talk about. I mean, maybe there is.
No, there's definitely stuff to talk about. I can speak on actually the women that I hired. I make it very intentional to hire women, minorities, because I know that this startup business, I want to see other women grow. I want to see other women have a fair chance and a fair opportunity. And I'm just so grateful to have a team of women who, when I speak to them and we talk about business and, Silicon Valley, I actually have one special person. Her name is Therese. She works on my team. And she was actually telling me about how it's challenging for her voice to be heard when she worked in corporate. And, that's something that I don't like to see. I don't like hearing things like that. So, and for me, working in corporate America, I was also in IT for years. And that's a lot of challenges that you face where, you have to say things in a certain way to get your point across, or just to get things done, right? As a woman. So now I feel like this opportunity that I've been given is awesome because I get to now share that with other women and we can actually grow together. We can actually create and build something where, we can employ other women as well. So it feels great, trying to tackle those issues that I faced earlier during corporate, and to now create a platform for other women to be successful. It means a lot.
Wonderful. Anybody else talk about that in particular?
I think it's very important as we go on in our business to reach back and grab the younger ones and bring them up. Like she was saying, to show them that what possibilities are out there. When you own your own business, there really is no ceiling. It's as far as you want to take it. And a lot of that, as we grow, is to be able to go back and instill that in our youth so that they can not only see us, but know that they can also be us and even more based on their creativity and their desire. There's a lot that, as Ranisha was saying, that she was learning in the first 4 years, the learning curve. Well, let me tell you, you never stop learning. When you do is when you're out of business. It's definitely having to learn and diversify. Always diversify. Don't ever get too comfortable where you're at because you're not going to be there for long anyway. So it's always good to keep learning.
I completely agree with her. I actually take time out for myself every day. I don't care who's calling me. If I get notifications, I take that time out every single day. I read, I study, I listen to podcasts, I listen to motivational speakers, I listen to people in my field that are succeeding. I listen to people in other fields that are succeeding because I can learn from anyone. You don't have to be a caterer or a cook. I can learn from you because we're all entrepreneurs.
Tanya, you want to comment on that? And I want to ask, go ahead.
No, I just want to say I love everything that I've heard so far, and I am absolutely on board with that. I think one of the women that I look to for inspiration, historical women, is Madam C.J. Walker, who's first American, woman millionaire. But it's not because she was the first millionaire. It's because she employed over 40,000 women in the course of her business. I mean, that's remarkable. And so I hear what Bolaji's saying and, about just being able to empower other women. And to me, that as I look forward, at the beginning stage, but as I look forward, that opportunity, that potential to empower other women, there's so much that we can be sharing and growing and learning from one another. And I think that just makes us even better and even more successful. So I just love everything that everyone has just said.
Was there ever a time, again, maybe I'm referring to myself, but every time that you were like, what have I got myself into?
Yeah, so I'll just say, I actually tried to start my own business a few years ago. I had left my job. I had done all the planning. So, I'm going to be analytical, right? and map it all out. So I had saved money. I had a plan. And literally within the first couple of months after leaving my job, I freaked out. And as a result, I ended up working 3 jobs. Now, it wasn't because I didn't have a plan or a good idea, but I was scared. That fear, that need for security. I've been working since I was in middle school. I was always used to having, a paycheck, the W-2, and this idea of not having a safety net. I underestimated how much that would creep up, no matter how all the planning I did. And so for me, when I tried it again this go around, I actually, again, still did the work of saving and preparing financially, having a plan for the business, but then I had to work on myself. I had to work with a coach to really help me understand how deep rooted that fear of not being able to financially take care of myself was, so that I wouldn't get in my own way. And that was the real work for me prior to launching.
It's like the high wire act. There's no net underneath. Yeah. What about the rest of you? Anytime you said, "What am I into?" did it hit you like that?
All the time. All the time. There's people popping up cooking all the time, everywhere. You may have done hair your whole life. Now you're cooking. You may have done, the nails, or you had a retail business, but now everyone's cooking. So that's why I listen to Mark Cuban and a lot of entrepreneurs, because it's like you have to constantly read and research and just kind of be on top of it. Because as Mark Cuban will say, there's a 16-year-old out there that's going to try to reinvent the game and trying to take your job. So you want to just keep working on it.
Remember this.
Yes, ma'am.
Your gift will make room for you.
Indeed.
There we go.
I believe that.
The Tanya's writing it down. I know it.
There's some wisdom speaking.
Don't worry.
Yes,
we write
ma'am.
all the stuff down, she says. Say that one more time, lady.
See, and I hear myself. I listen to myself, and sometimes I know that I sound so crazy, and I know that, and I'm okay with that. One of the things that I've learned is I like me. In fact, I love me. And
Amen.
Girl, you crazy. I say, girl, you right. But I also know that we are gifted, brilliant, talented, and the gifts didn't come from us. They came to us, through us. And so you don't worry. You be you, unapologetically. You in the way you do and how you do it, because there's none other like you. And the way you season your food and the way you set it up, there's nothing like that. And my mouth is watering. I can hardly wait.
I can't wait either.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
But your gift will make room for you, so you don't worry.
Amen.
I know. Yeah.
Worry.
Yes.
And see, and this is not just for you, it's for me. And I know as my hair turns silver, we have so many gifts, so many things that are in us that just can't wait to come out. And it doesn't stop. It's like you start doing one thing, and then there's another thing, and then there's another thing. I looked at that Bookworm. That store is just a bunch of ooh, ah. As a teacher, a mother, grandmother, oh my goodness, I never get out of that store. Not under $200, So it's just being you, trusting that, going with that, listening to your guidance. And remember, you don't have to worry. It doesn't matter what's happening in the world. Your gift will make room for you. And there will always be somebody looking for what you have to offer. And they will pay you. We will pay.
Amen.
And
Amen.
I've got a story. I can't tell it. I mean, I can tell it. I won't tell it right. But just the fact that you've got, yeah.
I'll have to
That's
send you my number so I can hear that story.
Well, so I'm a teacher. I'm an
Tell the story.
I'm a licensed therapist. And I got a phone call somebody, and I've always, Tanya, I've always worked for somebody. I understand that, oh my goodness, I'm going to retire. Now what am I going to do, Jesus? Because I'm a praying woman. I like to cuss a little, but I'm a praying woman. What am I going to do? Because I'm used to getting that paycheck. And so somebody called me and said, there is one of my clients needs an educator to be an advocate for her. And so I said, you'd be the perfect one. I told them that your fee is $250 an hour and I'm getting ready to connect you. Bam. She said, yes, I'd like to hire you. Okay. What? I said, how much did she say? Yes, I'd like to hire you. You know, your gift will make room for you. Then she called me back. I said, well, now, Jesus, look at here. Your gift will make you, don't worry. Do the work. Don't be afraid to work. Don't be afraid to work hard. Set those standards high, sky high. Make your work magnificent, beautiful, meaningful, impactful, and they'll keep coming.
Well said. Beautiful.
Well, and this is the problem. When after she speaks, can't nobody say she does this every time.
That's why I clap.
Every time.
I do quickly share something. I know Tanya had mentioned something about fear, and I guess this just spoke to me, where I've been an entrepreneur majority of my life. I started a business in my early 20s, and I've always been struggling, like getting over this hump of like what I call success, right? Like what is my definition of success? And there came a point where I paused and I actually decided to just take a break. And it came to me, God came to me, and I realized that sometimes you have to take a break to realize that it may not be your time. You know, it may not be that time for that business, but I've learned that everything that I've done growing up, the things that my parents have shown me, they also have the entrepreneurial spirit. That moment, those little moments led to this business, where all those mistakes that I've made and just taking a break and realizing like, okay, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do better to get to where I want to be is very important. So I don't know if that's speaking to anyone, but I really wanted to share where, you know, it's not just, oh, you start a business, you start a website, you got your Instagram popping, and then boom, you get clients. You know, there's failure, a lot of failure. And I just feel like sometimes entrepreneurs don't share that often. And I just wanted to be very organic and real and let people who are viewing know that, like, you know, I started in my early 20s, and I think I'm reaching success. I'm gaining success here and there. But I think the most important part is understanding my value and what I'm giving to the community. And that's what makes me feel successful. So I just want to throw that out there and share that sometimes it may not be your time, it may not be your season, but just keep doing what you're doing, keep pushing, and eventually your time will come. And be happy for other people.
I know, if I can put this in, being a man in the group, the women's history, I know for me, enjoying the journey has just been unbelievable. I mean, enjoying the journey, not necessarily the destination, because the destination continues to, you know, evolve. But the journey, enjoying the journey has just been, you know, someone say, you're always smiling because I'm enjoying the journey. I mean, it's just been beautiful. To have an idea come to mind and actually see it work, oh my God. I mean, it's just like, I've never had a baby, but, you know, I've had kids, right? And seeing my kids grow up and nurturing them. And so this is, when you get these ideas, this is sort of like your baby, right? And then to see it actually work. But, you know, like when raising your own kids, you go through ups and downs and this and that. And one day you wonder, why did I have this kid? This kid drives me crazy and so on and so forth. And I hope, I get the feeling you're all enjoying the journey, because it's, like you said, it's unique. It came out of you, and oh my God, what a wonderful thing. I get this question from young people all the time, and I don't know how to answer it, because my journey was not, I couldn't even write it, you know, they always ask, what courses should I take if I want to be an entrepreneur? You know, what should I take in college? What should I take in this? Is that the path, or is it an indirect path? Just, can you comment on that? And if you can't, that's fine. But that, working with young people, they always asking me that. And you know, so I take business management. Do I take this? Do I take that? Or maybe that wasn't even your route to get there. Got any comments on that?
I do. I would suggest a finance class.
Okay.
Because do you want to understand everything about money? How to maintain it, you know, the ins and outs of it,
well,
the profit of it. Exactly. So you need to know, you have to, understand your profit versus, your margins and things like that. And I don't feel like a lot of people understand that. You could take entrepreneur courses. I worked at UC Berkeley because I worked there for free. I was able to take classes. I worked at Extension, not the main campus, but they had entrepreneur classes. I signed up my first year working there. So there's always ways to learn. You can go to Contra Costa College, take a finance class, a business class. Highly suggested, because even if you hire someone else to tell you about accounting, if you don't understand it, you're gonna still be lost. Right. And they could take advantage of you.
Any other thoughts for young people wanting to be entrepreneurs about how to proceed? Go ahead.
I would say if there's a class or a workshop, or if there's at your local junior college during the summer and there's some kind of class that's related to that, try it. I really encourage everyone, if they're interested in a certain topic or field, even before going to college, give it a shot. Try it and see if that is what you're thinking. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what I was envisioning, entrepreneurship. And there was this nonprofit many years ago, and their goal was to help high school students, and I was a junior, and their goal also was to reach to for all minorities to go to Stanford for a summer. And we were there and we were learning about entrepreneurship, how to write a business plan, how to market, how would you present, and we actually had to present it. And I was 17 and I was standing there having to explain, and that was really great experience because it did help solidify that feeling of I do want to be in this area or this field or major in business, which I did, and I really appreciated that because there was some kind of resource out there at that time, and I hope they're still around. But it was a great experience to have that. Mm-hmm. So I encourage, just go out there, try a class.
Mm-hmm. I would add on to that to find a mentor in the actual field that you want to specialize in. A lot of young kids, they like to slide into the DMs and Instagram, slide into LinkedIn. That's where you need to go, where you can find professionals in your field and literally bother them, send them a message, obviously, a professional message, and see if they'll tutor you, see if they'll mentor you. Literally, there's a lot of people who are willing to help. It's just that they're not asking the right people. Right. So if they can go on LinkedIn, create a profile for themselves, and then start asking or sending messages to, people in their field, I think that's a really great way to start. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely think having the nuts and bolts exposure of running a business is really helpful. And I would just also encourage, if you do have ideas, maybe you're at your job or you're part of your club or your church or in some setting, you have an idea, just to try going through that process of actually having it come to fruition. And so maybe it's not going to be what your business is about, but you're starting to understand how it is to receive an idea, a creative thought, and then start to translate that into organize people or to find the resources and to really map out a plan. And so maybe it starts off with something small, But then over time, you start to, learn yourself and understand even how this creative process works. And then when you can marry that with some of the technical details of finance and business and marketing, then I feel like you have a real opportunity to hit the ground running with a business.
How much of this is mental? I'm going to ask you that. And knowing yourself. I guess they'll really find out once they get into it. But is there any? I assume there must be something to that. The mental side of it, because it is, you're out there without a net, and the expectations and dealing with the ups and downs. How much of it is that? You mentioned coaches, you mentioned this, you mentioned so on and so forth. If you were conducting a class of young people, I know that would be a question that I get, from young people. What would you say to them about that side of it?
I think that's definitely a big part of it. And I think being clear about why you want to do it is really important, because that you'll keep coming back to that, because there is a lot of the behind the scenes work. And certainly you, for a while, might be playing multiple roles in the business, from doing the accounting books to being the sort of direct face and doing the client services, all sort of pieces of it. And you need to have a reason for why you're doing it. And so it might be that you want that flexibility with your family. It might be that you don't want to have a ceiling on the amount of revenue that you can earn in your life. Or it might just be that you just feel so called to, provide a service or a gift, and you see that there's a need. But whatever the reason is, I think being really clear about it is really important, because it is a journey and there are ups and downs. And I know that my sisters at the Bookworm could attest to that, and really probably have some real insight into the mental piece that allows one to be successful over the long haul.
This has all been great. I hope 1 million people are watching. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Well, you talk about the mental. A lot of it really is a day-to-day thing. You can't look in the future and say, well, this is what's going to happen, because we don't know what's going to happen even in that day. As I often equate owning a business like being a farmer. You're waiting for the rain to come and the crops to grow. And since we can't determine when we're going to get that rain, it really is you having the strength to continue on even when things seem, in a sense, bleak. And then remembering why you're doing it, For me, what keeps me going really is the families that come in, the kids that are learning, the parents that come in and say, well, my kid's now in college because of the books we got here. That's what keeps me going on the days that Nikki and I look at each other and go, why are we doing this again,
Or even when you have some of the days, I have 2 small ones myself, and trying to balance. And I think also in it, I think is just giving yourself grace in this process, because it is a day to day. Some days are going to be great, and then some days you're just like, oh, okay, let me take a step back, or you know what, I can't do it all today. I just can't, and that's okay. And and you just keep with your goals, and you have those little timelines for it too, to help yourself keep accountable that way, and enjoy those moments that you do have. Like my kids being small right now, I love it right now. And so when those days are a little tough, I can go, oh, all right, I put this for tomorrow. Okay, let me sit down and make sure we have that family time, and we keep going. So, yeah.
I can see why all of you have been and will be, to me, successful. There's a lot of wisdom that has come out from me. I mean, just listening to you, out of each of you, is really, we ended up with you 4, and like I said, there's 1 million women in business, but we first time. And I can't think of any, 4 that we would have rather had for this. Congratulations to all of you. good luck. You already got some more business tonight just from being on tonight. And in the end, that's what it's all about. You're in business, you know. That's funny. I get people that say to me, well, I'll send you a book for free. I said, no, don't send me no book for free. You're in the business to sell them, but I'll buy the book. You know, I tell them all the time, so we'll buy the book. But just thank all of you. And I know before we take off, I know Lady Estelle wants to say something. I think you got that look on her face. I've seen this look many times. Yeah.
No, I've already said a lot. I'm just gonna go to the next page so I can get something ordered for the kids. I'm thinking about when I'm gonna go into, I'm just, I wish you the best. I wish you the best. There's nothing more I can say. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And more.
Yeah.
Always.
We appreciate that, and thank you for inviting us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure meeting all of you.
You too.
Well, I'm gonna send you off with a bang. Bolaji, Ikadoji. No, say it. You say it.
Idakoji. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Picnics by the bay.
In the bay.
In the bay.
We in the bay. We ain't by.
Okay, all right. Let me say that one more time.
That's all right.
In the shop. So if I go to Chicago, and my cousins live in Chicago, my folks live in Chicago. On that side, my daddy's side, I gotta let them know that they can even if it's cold, they can do it. They can have a movie night.
Exactly. Picnics in the Shy and picnics in the Bay. In the Bay.
Got it. Ranisha Scott,
Yes, sir.
Eats Catering.
Yes.
All right, you're gonna get an order this week, okay?
Thank you.
We're gonna figure out. Well, now, see, when I see a menu like that, the hardest thing is figuring where to start. So I got to figure out what I'm gonna do first.
Start with the chicken and the cheesecakes.
There you go. Sounds like a good plan to me.
That sounds good to me.
Chicken and greens. Okay.
Tanya Moore, Intersecting Lines. Love these concepts. It's beautiful. And STEM is such a big thing now. STEM. We're getting a lot of kids over the last 5 years who are in the STEM. I got doctors. I got a boy at getting ready to graduate from Austin at UC Davis. He's a physics major. Stuff I wouldn't even. I'm scared of. I'm scared of this stuff, really. And they're just booming. Sinai Dennis is in med school. We got all of this. So yeah. Beautiful idea.
Thank you. And just thank you for the invitation to be here tonight.
Absolutely.
Well, we love you, Tanya. Dr. Tanya.
Right back at you.
We love you. And Kelli and Nicole, the bookworm of Lale, 28 years in the business. I gotta just
thank you.
Just for you. And glowing reports, satisfied customers. What else can you ask for?
More customers.
More customers. Absolutely.
More customers, right? More satisfied customers. Thank you each for hanging during the pandemic. And I know when it's over, boom, it's gonna blow up, it's gonna be bigger. And you represent, to me, all women in business, women entrepreneurs. Thank you for being such a wonderful example. And
thank you.
Thank you.
We gotta say goodnight. So
thank you guys.
You belong back to them. Thank you, each of you. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Richmond Post also.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.